If you're running any sort of business, the people you're selling to is probably the most important aspect of your business. You cannot be selling to broke people, to people that you can't find online, to people who can't afford your service. So you want to make sure you're actually selling to a good market. And the big problem nowadays is that all these courses, all these gurus are telling you, hey, pick a random market. If it doesn't work, then just switch. No, you need to be very intentional about who you're selling to and what problems you're solving. And so what we're going to do is, the whole point of this video is to show you how to leverage ChatGPT and the trillions of data points it has to find the best market. Okay. And so if you're just starting out or you're running a new offer, you need to pick a niche or market to sell to. And so if you've ever consumed a guru's course, they're usually going to tell you just, pick a random niche. If it doesn't work, then switch, or just pick any niche. It's not super important. The truth is the market you are selling to is super important. And at the end of the day, these are the people who will be handing you their hard-earned money to solve their problems. And before I start talking about how to, find the niche using ChatGPT, you need to understand a couple of things. So the first thing I'd like you to understand is to reframe your mind from a service provider to a problem solver. You're not an agency owner. You're not a business owner. In theory, you probably are. From a different perspective, you are. But I'm telling you, in your head, don't think of yourself as a service provider. Think of yourself as a problem solver. The whole reason why your business exists is to solve problems. It's not. You don't have a business because you were destined to make $1 million and you're just born to be rich. It's because you have a desire to start a business for whatever reason that is, maybe to be rich, to get more girls, whatever it may be. Hey, I understand. But the reason why your business exists is to solve problems in the marketplace, and that's the only way your business can provide value, and providing value is the only way your business can make money. Okay, so you are a problem solver. Trust me, make that mental switch, you're going to make more money. And so the bigger problem you're solving, the bigger the payout. And the next thing you need to understand is why we're using ChatGPT in the first place. The reason why it is a good idea to use ChatGPT to pick a niche is because of the vast amount of data it has. We're going to be leveraging the data to find things like which markets are growing, the most painful problems each market is having, the best segments of each market, the competition in each market, how to solve the problems for each market, which markets have the most money, which ones are the easiest to find. So we have all the information we need to make $1 million. Okay. Because you have the whole entire world's information at your fingertips. You just need to learn how to ask the right questions. We live in an abundance of information, but nobody knows how to properly access it or how to ask the right questions to get the right answers to do whatever you want to do with it. And so the next thing you need to be able to do is to distinguish a good market from a bad market. You need to be able to tell the difference from the two, because when you're looking at different markets, what makes a market good and what makes a market bad. And so before we begin using ChatGPT to find us a winning market, we must identify what makes a specific market good or bad. And so what are good markets? Well, the market's growing and not dying. It's easy to find online. At least 50,000 total addressable market. All that means is that there's at least 50,000 businesses that you can sell to within that market. They aren't broke, the least competitive, the better, and you can predictably deliver results. When it comes to competition, I wouldn't specifically just pick a market because, I wouldn't look for a market that's as least competitive as possible, because every market's competitive to a certain degree. But what I will tell you is that if you're just starting out or you don't have a lot of money to spend on marketing, what you want to do is you want to be more specific with the market that you're choosing. So if I'm just starting out and I want to sell to online coaches, it's pretty dumb because I'm competing with 10 million other people. You want to sell to someone like life coaches or health coaches. You want to be more specific. The more specific you are, the less competition and the more concentrated you can make your messaging, meaning that your messaging will appeal to that specific avatar better, meaning that they have a much higher chance of buying your product or service. Okay. And so what is a bad market? I'm not going to lie to you. A bad market is literally just the complete opposite of all this. And so, it's a market that's dying, hard to find online, less than 50,000 businesses in that market, and they're broke. Okay. Avoid these at all costs. Let's make it red because you want to avoid it. Let's make this green because you want to not avoid it. You want to make sure, because this is where the money's at. Okay. Let's make this bold. Let's make this look good. Yeah. Okay. And so picking a market. And so, you can just take this, copy and paste it to ChatGPT and say, pick a market based on this criteria. But what that's going to do is it's going to display a lot of random niches. And that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to find you a niche where you have the highest chance of winning. And so what you want to do is you want to think in your head, which market do you have experiences in, which market do you have specific insights in. And so yeah, you can copy and paste the criteria I listed above and ask ChatGPT to pick the market for you. But what I would recommend is that you pick a market that you know you have something that gives you an edge over everyone else. So whether that's a specific insight, that's knowledge, you might know people, you know what problems they're dealing with, you know how to solve their problems. You want to have insights that not a lot of other people have, so you can have an edge over the competition. The thing is, if you're just randomly asking ChatGPT to spit out a list of random niches, then, it's gonna... Okay, so they didn't even give me niches. Pick a market. Oh yeah, so online pet training and behavioral consulting. I don't know anything about pets, bro. I had 2 dogs, they both died. That's my whole experience in the pet world. Okay, and so it'll be pretty dumb for me to pick pets because ChatGPT told me to. So, for example, let's say, and this is not true. Let's say I was an online coach, okay? And let's say I've been in the online coaching space for, 2 years, and now I want to sell to online coaches because I know a lot about online coaches, and I know what problems they're having. Okay, so pick a market where you know something about what problems they're dealing with and how to solve these problems. And trust me, you know more than you think you know about markets. Even if your parents works in a specific type of industry, or you have friends in an industry, you have a brother and a sister in an industry, they probably talk to you about what's happening, and you can use that knowledge and get creative and be resourceful with it. Okay, because a superpower that entrepreneurs should have is being resourceful and using whatever they have around them to make the best out of it. And so the reason why you want to pick the reason why you want to pick the initial market and not just let ChatGPT do it for you is that you want to be very intentional about whose problems you're going to be solving. And what I would recommend is you pick a market that you know has a very painful problem that they're willing to pay a lot of money to get solved. Also make sure they meet the criteria I listed above. And so make sure you start from here, and then you build on top of, which markets you know about, and, just keep going. And so now, what are the specific prompts? Okay. And so the first prompt, and so these are prompts that are going to have different missions, or that each prompt has a different goal. And it's going to help us, get more information around each market. And so the first prompt is going to help us choose the best possible market to serve. And so we're going to ask, what markets, niches, or verticals in the world of, let's say online coaches. Like I said, for example, for this video, we're going to use online coaches as the example. In the world of online coaches has 50,000 plus potential buyers, where the lifetime value is over a specific amount, where they're easy to contact, easy to find on Instagram and stuff, and the industry growth rate is high. And so what we're doing is we're telling ChatGPT to pick a specific segment of online coaches based off of this criteria. So it's cutting out all the trash, all the garbage segments, and it's giving us only the good ones. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy this, and let's start a new one. So we're going to copy this and put online coaches. And for example, let's use $10,000. Easy to find, and the industry growth rate is high. And so it should give us a list of different segments in the online coaching space as it is right now. Okay. And so what we have now is a list of the best segments in online coaching. Okay. And so from here, we want to know more information about each market so we can make a more informed and educated decision on which one to choose. And so the next question we're going to ask is to find the specific pain points of each market. And so for this, if you don't already have a product or service in mind that you want to sell, you can skip this part. But let's say, for example, I want to sell content services to online coaches. And basically what I'm trying to do is to find what specific problems they're having with content services, so I can, include mechanisms to solve these problems that they're having. And so if you don't understand, I'm about to demonstrate to you. So knowing that our service is, let's just say content creation automation. Okay. Give me a list of pain points that they face and are mainly aware of via different search trends that I, as a content agency, need to know about. Okay, so you're basically saying, hey, we sell content services. Just give us what specific problems they're having that you see trending online that these markets of online coaches are having. And so you're about to see exactly how it works. And so here we go. Executive leadership coaches, time management, content relevance, brand authority, health and audience engagement. It just spits out a list of all the most popular problems they're having. Okay. And so now we found the pain points. Now we need to see what type of solutions is ChatGPT going to recommend for us to sell to solve these pain points? And so what are some non-negotiable solutions you'd offer to these experts, knowing that the protocol has to be the same for everyone? What mechanisms would you implement into their business? Damn, I'm sweating. I'm grinding out here, bro. And so what mechanisms would you implement into their business to get them to achieve, the outcome of whatever your product or service should be? And what is a reasonable price for the service? Our pricing model is, I'll show you exactly how this works. So what we're asking is, so what are the solutions that a content agency should be using to get them, let's say, a large audience for these markets of online coaches? And let's say our content agency just offers a simple retainer. And so we're going to ask them, what is a reasonable retainer, to charge these people to solve these problems? And so, because this might be a little confusing, but it is getting more specific on the answers we're getting, so we can be more specific with the solution we're providing so we can make more money. Because when you're solving a narrow problem, people are willing to pay a lot for that. So to get them to achieve, get them a large audience, and pricing model is monthly retainer. Okay. And so as you can see, content strategy development, automated content creation, and just spits out mechanisms for you to include it into your offer to solve pain points for these brands, for these, the markets. And so mechanisms for growing a large audience, spits it all out. And pricing model, it tells you how much you should be charging and the different tiers that you should have in your offer. So it's giving us more information to work with. And the next thing we're going to ask it is examples of companies doing similar things. Because the truth is, you don't want to be selling something completely unique. You want to make sure that there's product market fit and that at least there's some other companies in the market selling the same thing that you're selling. Maybe not completely the same, but something similar to what you're selling, seeing that whatever you want to sell is actually needed by the market that you want to offer it to. And so we're going to copy and paste this. And so can you give me an example of a few companies already offering a similar service that is doing, we can say $1 million amount per, let's say, year. Okay. And so now, ChatGPT being this amazing tool, it's searching, HubSpot, it's giving these companies that I don't even really know. And so what we can do now is we can do more research into these companies and see, whether they post content, see exactly how they're solving these problems and, what their business model is. And so essentially what we just did is, and this is not just us asking beginner questions. Oh, what are some niches making $1 million per year? No, we literally found out what are the best segments that has the highest lifetime value, has a high growth rate that you can easily contact, that has, what are the painful problems of these markets? How do we solve these problems for the markets? And what are some examples of companies that are solving these similar problems? So with this information alone, you can craft an offer and you have so much insight on what to solve, and you can go make 6-7 figures a month easily with this information. Okay. And so we just launched our brand new AI Scaling Specialist School community completely for free, where we're going to be teaching you how to separate yourself from the red ocean markets by positioning yourself as somebody who scales businesses selling an AI scaling system. Because as you see, we're using AI more and more to solve problems. We literally just solve the problem of picking a good market to solve problems for these markets using AI. Okay. And so my theory is that, it's not really a theory, it's a prediction, that one day all agencies will be forced into selling AI, because AI is going to get so good that it's literally going to be able to do everything that these agencies are currently doing, but better. Elon Musk literally says, what is the point of humans going to be? Okay. What is, if AI is going to do everything that humans are doing, but better, humans are going to lose their purpose. Okay. And so he didn't say if AI becomes better, he's saying when AI becomes better. Okay. And so if you want these prompts, if anybody asks for them in the community, I'm going to paste them into the community. And so join the community. It's the first link in the description. I hope you get some insight out of this video, some value out of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.